Legends Lounge, presented by Booking.com. Welcome to a very special episode of Legends Lounge. I am Rio Ferdinand, one of your hosts, and this is...
I'm Roman Kemp, and today in the hot seat we have one of the all-time greats in women's football, an astonishing 63 goals in an incredible 111 appearances for Germany, dominated the field. Even more remarkable, she achieved all this before retiring at the tender age of 27, a two-time Women's Euro champion and the proud ambassador for UEFA Euro 2024. Please welcome the phenomenal Célia Šašić. Hello.
Welcome.
Célia, 111 appearances for Germany. A silly amount. I got 63 goals in your time there. But the most important thing, 2 titles.
Yes.
2 Euros titles.
2 of these.
It's a different trophy.
It's a different
trophy.
trophy.
The same feeling.
But it's the same. It's the same feeling. I mean, how does it differ from, from representing a club? I mean, how passionate was it for you, for your country to win something like that?
Oh, it's something special to play for your country because you represent your whole country.
Yeah.
All people are watching you and saying like, those girls are representing us in this tournament and they're representing what we are. So it's a very special and it's a proud moment to wear the jersey, to wear the dress from the national team, and then to win titles is the best.
Yeah.
What's it like when you did that change your life? I've spoken to a few people that have won this, and they say kind of it's so different to winning things with the club, but it's almost life changing. Was it the same for you?
Maybe not in the same way like it is for male players, because at the time when I played, women's football wasn't that great like it is now, and the visibility was not so high like it is now. But in some kind of way, the people realized that you did something for everyone, that you're part of the community of the German community, and that you won the title for us. It's not for you or for the other player. You won the title for your country, and I think that makes it quite special, and I enjoyed it very much.
But I was reading up on you, and interestingly, you achieved so much, but you retired so early. Explain what the reasons for that.
Well, my first appearance in the national team, in the A national team, was when I was 16, so I was quite young, and I started very early, and at times where women's football wasn't as professional as it is now, so it was like 3-4 times a week training, and then it changed. It became more and more professional. We trained two times a day, and everything changed, and after 10-11 years I came also to a point to say, okay, what comes next? In kind of after football, what would be my life like? And I wanted to have family too, and at that point it was clear women's football wasn't as far as it is now to say you can manage to have kids and be a professional player like we were before, because the clubs weren't ready. Maybe national team we could have managed it, and also to see, okay, I have to prepare for life after, and I started so early, so it was like a certain feeling inside you feel when it's maybe time to go.
And when you talk about women's football and where it is now, do you almost feel like you wish you would be playing now? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do you look at it with envy or with pride?
With pride, because everything has its time. You can't change when you were born, and you can't change when you played football, and you have to make the best out of it. And I think that our generation also contributed to where women's football is now. So I guess you can tell the same thing, like, oh wow, why didn't I play it today? So for me, I'm absolutely fine with that, and I'm happy to see how it developed, and that the stadiums they're filled, and that for the big tournaments there's such an interest. Not just in women's football fans, but from all football fans. And I think this is a great development, and I was part of that, and I'm still part of that in another position now.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm totally fine with that, because it doesn't lead to anything.
What have been the big drivers and the big reasons for changing the women's game for positivity?
Well, I think for Germany especially was when we had the World Cup in 2011. Then there was like, we set new standards to say, okay, we want to have a Women's World Cup, and for that we need to change some structures within the clubs, within the federation. So the World Cup 2011 was the point where they said, okay, you now need to have a coach who is really just a coach and not a teacher and whatever, and is working on another job. So he's just a coach, and we have to have this and those conditions. So by that we changed the general conditions in women's football in Germany, and we set new standards. When we played in Berlin. In a few stadiums we played, the Euro is playing now.
Yeah.
So, and we had an exceptional crowd there. So it was like, this is possible in women's football. We just have to go on. We have to invest in infrastructures, and we have to invest in the future of the of girls playing football. And I think we see now where it can lead, but there's still a lot of things to do.
One of the things that obviously we mentioned you were fantastic at was scoring goals.
Yes.
During your time as a player, Rio being a centre back, what type of centre back for you did you hate coming up against, and which ones did you love coming up against?
I'm not quite sure if I would have wanted to play against him. But I was kind of player like always straightforward, and my first intention was always to see, is there any possibility to score now? So where am I? Where are my teammates? And when I get the ball, what is the best next step that we have a great chance to score a goal? So I think within the box I was quite good.
Yeah.
And out of the box was like, okay, how do I have to move? Where do I have to go? Or where do I have to pass the ball to that we can come in a good position to score? And I don't know, there were certain defenders it was tough to play against.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
physically.
Yeah.
Or
sometimes it hurts.
Yeah.
And you don't like it as a striker, but it's part of the job.
If you looked at the strikers playing today, who is a striker that plays similarly to you in the men's game and the women's game?
Maybe it's kind of when we go now really high, it's like someone like Haaland, who's like physical and has a lot of power and speed, and also like straightforward, not doing
direct.
So many. So maybe more in this direction.
Yeah, 100%.
Haaland, I like
that. I don't not compare myself.
No, good.
You compared yourself. You put yourself there. I like it.
I loved as well, right? Obviously, within the men's game, when we see the German national teams when they've won tournaments in the past, the men's team they've gone out. It's just non-stop drinking beer. It's going out. Rihanna turning up at their parties. For the women's national teams though, winning trophies. What's the party look like? What's the aftermath after that?
Well, I guess we didn't have Rihanna on our parties, but it was fun too because I don't know if it's so different than from the men's game.
Of course, yeah.
Because the dressing room afterwards was like, I don't know if
champagne everywhere.
Yeah, champagne everywhere. Yeah.
Yes, maybe some broken things. But no, it was always great, and I had the luck to play in a time where we often won titles. So we had a lot of parties, and everyone was nice. But without the big stars and the big whatever around,
business.
because it was just
so,
pure.
So you're obviously going to a lot of games. We're speaking outside. You've visited stadiums and stuff. Which teams have impressed you so much in the tournament so far?
Well, for sure, I'm happy that Germany made it with the two wins now, and I have to say there's no team that's so outstanding where I say this. Okay, this is now my absolute favorite because they play like oh my god. But I think it will be interesting because we didn't finish now the group stage, and there's some teams like maybe France or England where you expected maybe a bit more from them in the first matches, but they did their job. So France, they won against Austria. England now 4 points, but they will manage to come to the next stage. And I think this is also important for a team to you're not always overperforming and being like fantastic, but you have to manage to do your job, to know, okay, we have to go to the knockout stages, and we have to improve maybe in some kind of way. So I'll be there, relaxed, because I can't change anything for the sporting matches. But I don't know. The Spanish team was quite good too, and we'll see.
Celia, given that Germany have done so well in the first 2 games, 2 good results, is this an opportunity now for Nagelsmann to kind of mess about with the team and give other players exposure and minutes?
I hope not too much, because I know from my own experience, when you play and you play good and you play the second match, you want to just have stay in the flow.
Momentum.
You have and the momentum, and maybe I think so 2-3 positions you could maybe change, but the core of the team should stay like it is. I don't know how he will handle it, because we have 3 yellow cards with Tar, Rüdiger, and Andrich in the central position. So it may be, I don't know how he will handle it, but I think it's important to have a team that can just grow throughout the tournament. But you need to manage to bring in other players that you, can be important for the next time. So I think he will stay with the core of the team like he did the last games. He always the same starting 11. Maybe now at this time in 2 or 3 positions he could change in the maybe for Wirtz, Musiala, just give other players a chance to just get some minutes and to feel good.
It's a fantastic tournament, and it's one that you were a part of, kind of coming through the stages as well, putting bids into to host a tournament like this. What's your role now within UEFA as an ambassador? What's kind of required of you, and what are you getting to do?
Okay, well, I'm the ambassador of the tournament, and together with Philip Lahm.
Yeah.
Well, I think we worked for 6 years for this tournament. In 2018, we knew that we will have the Euro C in Germany, and it was like, okay. The Euros are coming, and we have to use this tournament not just in kind of a sportive event, mega event where we'll have the best footballers in the world or in Europe here in our country, but we have to manage to give this tournament another value, a social value for our country, for Europe. So it was like, okay, this should be a tournament for everybody, a tournament for all. Everyone has to feel being involved, being part of this, and to benefit from this event.
And how do you get that then?
Well,
how do you make it a tournament for everyone?
A lot of talking for sure,
Yeah.
to the different stakeholders, to politics, to whatever, but also to just bring up measures that make sure that everyone can be part. Like in volunteering, we have volunteer tandems where people with disabilities can be a volunteer with someone who doesn't have a disability to just support other people. Or there's a lot of measures we can make. So just that people feel that this is not just a tournament of maybe 2 institutions that come here to a country, make a lot of money and go away, and then make the next tournament in another country, but that we should use it, because we just talked about that there's so many people coming here to our country from so many different countries, different cultures. They're all celebrating this great atmosphere. They get to know each other. They build bridges between the cultures, between the countries. And I think this helps for the atmosphere in society in Europe as a whole.
What would be, from UEFA's role or yourself as an ambassador, what's the message that you want to give out to the travelling fans from all those different nations?
Well, we should come together and celebrate this game just like it is, because it's the values of football that brings people together, that is about cohesion, about community, and that those kind of things that you experience when you come to a game, to such a tournament where you get to know a lot of other people. It's also important for everyday life when we go back to our countries, other people. So to feel like we have a good life here in Europe, and we should protect those values we have. And I think it's much easier to feel that when you have a Euro, instead of trying to convince people that it is good, just to experience how it is, to meet other people from different cultures, to have fun, to cheer your team on your team. And as long as everything is peaceful and everything is respectful, then cheer for your team. Take off your jersey, I don't know, dance on the street, dance on the street, do
He's
whatever
been doing
you
that.
want.
He's been doing that.
I
I'm
guess.
sure.
Exactly, yeah.
Dance on the street, but just be happy and enjoy this game. And this is the magic of the game, I think.
Yeah, it's a fantastic message.
Inclusivity is a big word for this. Because you walk around, you see everybody feels like they're involved. There's no people. Sometimes you get people who might stand on the edge, don't feel like they can be part. Everyone's bringing each other in, and I think the fanfare here, I've loved.
Well, the colours in all of that ring around is the colour of every single country that has been represented. It is represented in those colours, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole idea behind it.
Yeah, that's the whole idea behind it. And we're trying to not just to say, okay, we have one measure for inclusivity and that's it, but it's a topic that goes through every decision you have to do, through every the way you think about the tournament, the way you organize the tournament, you always have to have that in mind and to reflect. Is this really what we want? And I think the logo reflected very good.
Well, we thought we'd include you in something that we've been doing, which is our 9-dart challenge. Right?
Yes.
You took this on. Here is how Célia got on.
Right, 9 darts. 9. 19.
That's a 6, Rio.
Oh, is it? Okay, 16. 23.
23. 13, good.
Oh!
No.
Wait.
12, I think.
Yeah, it is in the 12.
Okay.
23 plus 6, 29.
13, 12 and 6.
54, let's go.
Okay.
13, good. 16, good.
4.
10, 93 in total.
Wow, you're
Okay,
up there
what
on the
does it
leaderboard.
mean?
Well done.
Okay.
I think you could be in the
I
lead.
think you're in the lead.
Yeah.
I think you're in the lead there. Well
Right.
done, well done. Right.
Okay.
Take us in there.
Celia, top of the leaderboard. I mean, you're up there.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah, well,
really.
look, you're on 93. Sami Khedira's on 92. Then I have to put my hands up because I made a mistake.
Horrendous maths.
Well, bad maths, but also one of the most intimidating blokes I've ever met in Fabio Capello. We told him he got 87. He actually got 82. Rio, sorry.
I'm at the bottom. You know what? You can't host these type of things and be top all the time. You know what I mean? You've got to just sometimes subdue your.
Oh, you're looking at it
ego.
upside down.
It's a good host.
I'm giving confidence to the guests.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Celia, there is also something in front of you,
Yeah.
which is our big wheel. It's Rio's big wheel, right?
Yes. I'm
Boy, is
afraid
it
of
big.
that.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of things on here. If the wheel lands on, you're going to have to do. Is there anything that you don't want it to land on? So we've got it. Do an impression.
Do an impression of
five-a-side,
somebody.
Worst habit, worst trainer, last photo in your phone, weirdest superstition.
Celebrity crush.
Maybe worst habit is maybe.
Yeah.
You don't need to know.
Okay. All right. Well, look, maybe we might need to know. So let's spin.
Okay.
Give it a good spin. There we go.
Good spin. I think that's been
Good
the best spin so far.
Best spin so far. Let's have a see. Where are we going? We are going to weirdest superstition. Okay, all right. So this is kind of leading into any superstitions like on the pitch, right? So before a match, was there anything that you ever had to do and you did this the same way every time? Or did you have a teammate that you saw one and you were like, that is
Crazy.
strange?
Okay, then I have to. I wasn't so superstitious because I thought maybe I didn't want to have anything to claim on afterwards to say because of that I lost or because of that I won. It was because I played good or I played bad. But well, there were a lot of players that had some superstition. But I have to think about it.
Did you have any real?
Yeah, I used to always have a cup of coffee in the change room. Always had a Red Bull, and always had a bottle of water on the way out. Just as I was going out the change room, pour the water on my head.
Okay,
Crazy.
but now I just remember that when I once had my boots on, I didn't want to take them off again because it was not a superstition, but it was like when you have the feeling inside and it's the boot becomes part of your body.
Yeah.
And after warm up, you need you need the tape or whatever to change. I didn't want to take my boots off because this made me feel like no, this is now part of me, and
It's
I
now
need
part of
it
you.
for the game, and I don't want to change anything. So just
even
leave
if
my
you
boots
needed
on.
strapping, you wouldn't take it off.
Sometimes I did, but it went wrong.
So that's a superstition. I like that.
I like that one. I quite
Should we do
like
one
that.
more?
Yeah, do one more.
Go
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Go on, one more.
Okay, so you just want to hear my head? I don't know.
Let's go. Okay, we're going for
Worst habit. We got there.
Okay. My worst habit.
She's gone red.
No. I have to think about what I can tell you.
This can either be what your teammates would say is your worst habit, or even your friends and family.
Okay, well, for some it's worse, but for some it's not. I talk a lot, and I talk often, and I talk loud in the bus. We were sitting in the back, and sometimes we made jokes in the back,
Yeah.
and the coaches in the front, they were laughing because I was making a joke behind. So it was so
okay.
loud, and so yeah.
So you was the big voice in the change room on
Talking
the
too
bus.
much.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to talk, and I like to talk to people, to my teammates, and I always had a good time in the dressing room. So, yeah, maybe this is kind of what people remember from me. But this is
Worst habit was making too many jokes, basically.
no. I'm not to make too many jokes. I'm just
Loud.
making my comments.
Yeah. You said it how it was. I like that. Don't worry. Well, look, thank you so much for being a part of this today, Celia. Before you go, we've got to do some predictions.
Okay.
So we're going to go with 3 here. So let's go. Who do you think at the end of the tournament top goal scorer?
Oof. When I see the first matches, there's, wow. I don't know. Maybe then I go with the German guy who already scored twice.
Yeah, Sean Musiala.
Musiala, why not?
Okay, Musiala. Player of the tournament?
Player of the tournament. Oh, Let me say, I'll stay with the German. I'll say Gundogan.
Gundogan.
Okay.
Wow, okay, fair enough. Good player. Winner of the tournament?
Winner of the tournament.
German.
I would love to.
German, isn't it?
I'd love to see the Germans, but I think France is
Still
the
strong.
squad is so strong. I don't know, when you see the bench of the French team, you could make a
Another
starting
team.
11
Yeah,
for every other,
To win it, they could win it.
for every other nation. So my wish is to have France against Germany in the final, because I'm half French, so
Yeah.
for me it will be fine.
Perfect, perfect.
I hope she's wrong.
Celia, thank you so much for being a part of Legends Lounge. Celia Šašić.
Welcome, thank you for having me.
Thank you.